Welcome. I'm going to try something new today, see if you all like it. It's Feminine Energy Oracle Read, okay? So feminine energy. So it could be anybody, it could be masculine as well, but Feminine Energy Oracle Read. Let's see if you like them. So anyway, so this was broken. So there's something that's broken, or there's possibly breaking your heart open. So something that has been broken, right? So that you can receive. So you're in the energy of receiving after like much heartbreak and after having that. Okay, so listen to the wisdom of the old. So there might be somebody that is giving you suggestions, recommendations. So make sure that you listen to them. Okay, all my oracles are having to do with let's start with this one. Like this one is like pleasure, magic, right? And it's divine feminine. So let's see how we are. I'm going to start with this other one. Wild Goddess Oracle. So they're all about goddesses, empresses. So divine empress, right? Divine feminine energy, divine empress energy. So let's see what our oracles say. If you have already subscribed, thank you so much. That means that you're a friend, family, one of my students. So thank you. If not, I would really appreciate it if you help me grow my channel. I feel that, I've been guided by spirit to, be here giving the messages, and have worked very hard to be able to figure out the symbolisms and studied a lot. So the mask, 37. So ending of a cycle. Neither you nor anyone else involved in the situation has a clear picture of what has happened, what is happening, and what will happen. So it's, it's the mask, right? So it's unclear, but I think you're going to get clarity. It's 37. It's 7 and 3, 37. Yeah, it's 37. So ending of a cycle, because it's 10. So ending of a cycle in terms of numerology. Beautiful. I don't know if you can see it. This is also like I'm sensing I'm sensing that there's like a release of also religious beliefs and attitudes and going more for spirituality. I think your crown chakra is really opening up. Okay. And I think that you might have to work on your throat chakra because she's covered. So that you might also be like Mid-Easterner, Iran, Tehran, maybe Muslim. And so I think maybe there's a shedding of something, and more of a spirituality and being like divinely guided. Okay, sweetest taboo. Who thought you to be ashamed of your own lust? Who told you there was something dirty about your secret fantasies? We all have a preferred way we'd like to play, but few of us have cultivated the boldness necessary to embrace what we deem taboo in ourselves. Many of us don't know what our pro-civilities are. We've never explored our sexuality enough to discover them. Is it proclivities? Proclivities. I don't know. I can't see very well, so I hope I read that well. And then action, stepping into a truly hostile form of self-love means glimpsing in a bigger picture of your attractions and appetites and embracing it all. Don't let the full potential of your pleasure remain untapped. Interview yourself and let it be no holds barred. Okay, identify your suppressed parts and make friends with them, date them. Even, okay? So lots of like maybe sweetest taboos, things that you've been wanting in terms of like empress and divinity of femininity, in terms of sexuality that you deem that are taboo. And so really embracing that, and they're really in the safety of the people that you have chosen to be intimate with. There shouldn't be any type of problem with that, okay? Or taboo. So, so go out there. If people, there's some immaturity relationships intimately that maybe talk ill about women, or that you're this or you're that. But there's nothing wrong with fully embracing your sexuality and letting it be known, okay? Because that's when you come into full acceptance of self, when you have your taboo, right? Or when you explore your sexuality. There's nothing wrong with it. And let me tell you, when you are able to, really embrace the sexuality, because later you start getting old and then there's menopause and all sorts of stuff. So, so enjoy your body and enjoy the intimacy that can be created in a loving relationship, or not. If you decide that it's just, a sexual relationship, so be it. But be mindful that you understand what kind of relationship you're in, or that there's an understanding. There's nothing more beautiful than being in love and being intimate, okay? Because it takes you to the next level. That's when you have the kundalini, which I don't know very much about, but it takes you to a higher level. And that's why it's so much sweeter when you are very intimate, very sensual, very sexual, right? And whenever you have like difficulties having, okay, so I guess this is a talk. So whenever you have difficulties in terms of sexuality, it's because there's a resistance in your body and your mind and your soul. And so you have to understand what that is. Is it the taboo that, that is, not accepted in society? Or is it maybe not really, meshing and being, being with, being one, right, with the other person, because you're not fully aligned energetically. When you're fully aligned energetically, it opens up this huge like abundance of self, of balance, sexually, a sexual balance, of of sensuality, of attractiveness, right? Of fully embodying your feminine energy and being, lustful to some degree, right? Being fully embodied of your voluptuousness. And if you're not voluptuous, of your being, of what makes us, what makes us feminine, right? We can create humans, okay? So it's such a powerful gift that we have. So next time you have your menstruation, don't feel bad about it. It's something, and don't complain about it. It's truly a miracle every single time. So beautiful. And so moving right along. So leopards, stealth, strength, purity. Leopards are phenomenal hunters for their stealth and ability to stalk prey. The snow leopard, which lives in the mountains of Central Asia, is among the more mysterious of the species and was believed to have drawn the blood of its human victims without eating the flesh, okay, by feeding on the life force, blood, and avoiding weakness, flesh. Interesting. The leopard was thought to maintain its strength and purity. So this is about moving into your sensuality, your sexuality, right, in purity, which means, and in strength, right? So the leopard is to have the blood of human victims without eating the flesh, because the flesh was a weakness. So this is about not being weak, okay? In terms, sometimes we get into relationships because we're so desperate for love, or we're so desperate for an intimate, interaction, or we're so needy, or so, in such desire of like love and to be loved. And so that is what creates this whole dynamic of, of maybe not standing in our power, right? It is when you fully embody self and truly love self, right? And have these interactions, these sexual interactions, for whatever reason you want. If you just want to have an interaction, a sexual, encounter, but just a sexual one, then that's going to be one experience. If you so want to give yourself to someone because you feel that there's a connection, because there's a love, because there's a soul tie, be mindful. I had a student one day, and she said, "Miss, do you think that we're tied to the people that we have, intimacy with, sex, intercourse. And I said, most definitely. So be mindful who you allow, to enter your body, right? And to allow to fill you, because it is huge. If you're having people fill you, if you have people, enter your body that are not worthy, then that's what you're sending out, that you are unworthy. And so you start attracting all these, losers, right? Or these unworthy people, because they haven't elevated, or they don't respect your body the way you do, or they don't respect themselves. Okay. So this is about maintaining and being in strength of purity. Okay. And maybe there might be, instances that maybe it would be just good enough to be celibate. There's a lot of celibacy out there, and there's a lot of people that understand the celibacy and the importance of being celibate. And there's nothing wrong with that. It actually brings in some sort of purity to self, and you start understanding what it is that you want and what it is that you don't want. And it gives for a better, sexual interaction. Okay. It also makes you much more pure, and people can internalize, right, or understand that energy when it's there. Maybe they might not say, wow, you're pure in strength, and you're pure in purity, but but they understand the life force that strength and purity bring in. This is beautiful. I'm glad I'm doing these oracles. This is very powerful. All right. This is also divine abundance. So really going into that and not being ashamed of our bodies in any way. And if nobody understands that, and they minimize, or they maybe like create it like sleazy, I don't know that that's a proper word, but sort of like make it something trashy or ugly, or talk about you or whatever, those people aren't the ones that should be there, because you should not be talking about your intimacies in any way. And if men boast, right, or women as well boast about what happened in the bedroom, that just shows that they're just not mature. Okay. And maybe it's time to move on. So you have guidance here. Whenever you make divine intelligence your foundation, you finally have a fixed star to follow. Absolutely. Understanding what it is that you want, where it is that you're guiding, who it is that you are, okay? And taking this mask off, so at least on your end, you understand fully what you're coming into a relationship with, whether it be with a person or whether it be with self, which is most important and most, it's most critical to be in a relationship with self, okay? And then reframe. This is happiness for me, not to me, okay? So happiness is for me. It's not to me. It's not, it's for you. It's happiness is a divine right, that you embody, that it's for you. So it's really about transformation. And this journey of life is about you. It's not about finding the right one. It's about you becoming the best version of yourself, so you can attract somebody that's at your level and that fully understands it. All right. Let's keep on going. This is really deep. I was very open today, and was very much, there was a download, and I had an epiphany about, doing these oracles like this. And then you have here gentleness. Be kind to yourself and others. Honor your gentleness. Speak words of love. Yes, as I tell my students, be mindful of your negative self-thoughts, okay? We are our worst critics, okay? We already, criticize enough, ourselves. So it's about really breaking those patterns and understanding I'm criticizing myself. Why am I doing this? You have enough haters, to hate on yourself, okay? And you have to be the most vocal advocate for yourself, okay? And so it's really about being kind and gentle to yourself, and understanding when you're going on a rampage about maybe you being a little overweight, or you should have done this, or you should have done that, and just taking yourself as fully as you can and saying, this is the best that I did, right? And that's why it's so important to really be able to do the best that you can do every single day. All right. So let's see. This is also feline. So felines are very mysterious, right? When you embody this feminine energy, right? This empress mode, in and out, it creates this mysticism about you. It creates this ability to attract only the best. It also creates, because you are so picky, right? If they are not at your level and they are not in the same vibrational match of your feminine energy, it has people drop off. And so you don't have to worry about, maybe entangling yourself with people and energies that will sort of, dominate you or block you in some way because they are just like nasty. Okay, so be mindful. And that's why they say, religions say that your body is a temple. Your body is a temple, and it should be treated as such. Okay, the universe rewards motion. What guided action can you take today? Right, so if you feel you're being stagnant or that you're not moving forward, well, move, right? Move. If you, work on yourself, if you're not happy with your body image, then, take better care of yourself, then eat better, maybe don't drink as much, maybe walk, maybe exercise, maybe, shake it up, or what does it say? Move it around, or I don't know what you guys do with what it says that like move, whenever it is that you're thinking about something, and you're doing a routine consistently, maybe it's time to do it differently. I don't know how you say that, like shake it up or something like that. And then we have, we have this, archetype cards. And archetypes are incredible. I think they came out from, Carl Jung, who was like a mentee of Freud. But anyway, so it's a Don Juan, light attributes, spotlights your positive, seductive quality. Shadow attribute, using the power of romantic attraction for private agendas. Right, so being in your light, right, in your light, Don Juan, and be careful of Don Juans, because I sort of feel that maybe that's what you're attracting, and maybe you don't want to attract players, but maybe you and yourself in your shadow side, right, is using the power of romantic attraction for private agendas. So maybe you play games, all right? We all have light and dark, and dark attributes, and so the light attribute of this is that it spotlights your positive and seductive qualities, which is exactly what I'm telling you. When you embody your feminine energy and when you embody, the sensuality, then you attract that kind of people. And if they're not at your vibrational match, they will fall off the grid, which is exactly what you need. So I'm sort of taking a long time for this, and it's already at 16 minutes. So let's do one more, and then we'll close it off. If you like this, this oracle read, please help me expand my channel by liking, sharing, and of course subscribing. And let me know your thoughts about this. This is very powerful, energy. I am older, so I've gone through a lot, so lots of stuff that I can tell you about that. But, hopefully this can be a forum and a platform about, coming into true power, which is sexuality as well. And there's nothing wrong with using your sexuality to move forward, okay? As long as it's in the light and in the light attribute. And here we have the Earth Keeper, and it's an 18, all right? Let me see what it says here. Give me a minute. Hold on. The Earth Keeper, okay, and so here we go. It says, just as you're involved in co-creating your world, you are also responsible for its well-being. The Earth Keepers are dedicated to the stewardship of the earth and all life. They choose to hold the sacred dream of a planet where all beings live in peace and where the rivers and the air are clean. Remember that everything you do has an impact for 7 generations. That's a lot. So then, so make sure that, that we as best as we can, take care of our environment, which is also symbolic of taking care of us. I think you're coming into a cycle of like reframing, right, of different attributes of really embracing your sexuality and really embracing your sensuality and understanding at a much spiritual level what that is for you, and that there's no shame in that and there's no taboo in that, but also it's growing and maturity in mind, body, and spirit about this new era of divinity, right? The Empress, the divine feminine that you're in. Hope this helped. Love and light.